Hey, my Taurus babies, this is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I hope you guys had a good week. I know you're going to have a good weekend. I don't know how I know that, but I know that. This is going to be Taurus and Leo sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. And if I sound like I just woke up, I did. Had to take me an after work nappy nap. So we are going to do 3 for the recent past, 3 for current energy, and 3 for future energy. I'll pull 2 for overall energy, and I will let oracle cards fall as they may. One more shuffle. Yeah. Enhanced reading. 2 decks. I don't seem to be able to read anymore without reading with both decks. So we are still doing enhanced readings. I don't mind, and I hope you guys don't mind either. Shuffle up these. Housekeeping. I always forget the housekeeping. Thank you to everybody for sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for everybody that leaves comments. I love all of you. I got some interesting things coming up here in the next couple of months, so keep your eyes peeled. The $5 old school reading from last month went really well. Thank you for those of you that got readings for me. I appreciate it. What's going on with Taurus and Leo? Seems to be some conflict somewhere. I don't know. Could be just me, but I doubt it. All right, Taurus, let's see what we got going on with you. Your overall energy is one of harmony. Back into that is fulfillment of wishes. Recent past, love begins. Balance, choose wisely. Current energy, partnerships and alliances. Rest and rejuvenate. Truth, future energy, power, spiritual union, and universe. And from this deck, let's put stuff on the board. Overall energy, the harmony card is pulling the 2 of Cups, and fulfillment of wishes is pulling the Queen of Swords. Recent past, love begins, pulling the 10 of Wands. Balance is pulling the 7 of Wands. Choose wisely is pulling the 5 of Cups. Partnerships and alliances in your current energy pulls the 7 of Cups. Rest and rejuvenate pulls the 8 of Cups. Truth holds the 9 of Coin. The power holds the 6 of Wands. Spiritual union holds the Star card. And the universe pulls the 10 of Swords. Just a reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. I had to go look up the number 7 because Taurus, you got 7. I don't know why this is popping out at me, but it is. So when stuff pops out, I got to deal with it. You got 2 7s and 2 10s. Oh boy. 7 is about being introspective. It also has a touch of perception. Oh, let us see. It's about knowledge. And I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, with the universe card down here in your future energy, it's going to be about taking the knowledge that you have and being able to miss some of the bullshit. I'm just throwing this out here. Like I said, there's some conflict. It's funny because when I lay the big cards down first, if you were just looking at them, it just sound like a lovely little situation. You got love begins, balance, choose wisely, and partnerships and alliances, and rest and rejuvenate, and the truth card, and power, and spiritual union, universe. The fuck? On top of it, and then you get a full meaning. This shit ain't always what it looks like and what it's cracked up to be. Your overall energy towards with the Two of Cups and the Harmony, you're emotional. There's the only one and only way I know how to say this. As far as the energy that I feel, y'all are struggling. Y'all are struggling through this, and this is your overall energy. You are really trying to bring harmony to the situation, and in a lot of ways, you have harmony in a lot of places in your relationship. However, it's an emotional struggle for you, Taurus. That's what the fuck I'm gonna say. It's almost like you feel like you're fighting an uphill battle in certain areas, and those certain areas for a lot of you, they're deal breakers almost. Since I have, it's just the shit that's going on. It's like, you know what? Enough of this. Goodbye. Because it's so emotional, and I feel like your Leo is just really just throwing fire everywhere because they don't know how to deal with you being emotional, Taurus. Again, that's the only way I can put that. The back end of your energy, your overall energy with the Queen of Swords on top of the fulfillment of wishes, yeah, again, it's the same thing I just said. There's a lot of things right about this relationship, but it feels like, and again, it's just the energy just poking out of my face, that mentally, emotionally, and mentally, Taurus, you are struggling because even though, again, there's a lot of good in this relationship, there's 2 or 3 things, and it doesn't feel like it has anything to do with infidelity straight out, but it feels like the Leo has a lot of extra added other people in the situation, and it's making it very complicated, and that is making the bull start that bullshit before they start running through the China. Y'all know what I'm saying. Before you start running through the China shop, those moments right before you start running through the China shop. That's about what this feels like. Taurus is agitated, frustrated. They want the whole of the relationship to be working and not some bullshit. When we deal with your recent past with the Love Begins, the 10 of Wands on top of that, a lot of you were coming, and Taurus, I'm talking to you now, a lot of you were already coming out of stressful situations. You may have been single for a while before you hooked up with your Leo. You may have been dealing with a lot of past drama with kids and bullshit, and it feels like in the recent past, this has just gotten amped up more. With the 7 of Wands on top of the balance, Taurus feels like you lost your balance at some point in the recent past, and you were doing a lot of defensive shit. Conversations were defensive, actions were defensive, and you felt like you were trying to just define your territory because there's so many other people in the mix. And even though this is the fire card, Leo, this is Taurus fighting off this shit with the Leo. Exes, ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, in-laws, mamas, daddies, cousins, sisters, everybody got their nose in the pot, and it just threw you off. And I think that's where we are now, still even in the current energy. This little piece right here, Taurus, where you felt like you had to be defending or start defending your position in your household, just kicked up a lot of shit. With the 5 of Cups on top of the Choose Wisely, a lot of you just really had to sit down and think about the choice. Some of you came out of other situations and relationships that maybe were not as, maybe the chemistry wasn't there as much, but you definitely had your mind on this shit. Like, you got 2 cups back here, but this is some bullshit. It's some straight ass bullshit. And I feel a struggle, Taurus, because this is a lot of emotion for you, especially if you just want to just get shit straight and just grind. Just do the daily shit. Go to work, come home, do what the fuck you do, and not have to deal with a whole lot of bullshit and drama when you come home. To choose wisely is just this. You made this choice Even the fucked up ones in your mind are better than the two standing up. I'm just saying, that's the energy that's coming back off of this. And at some point, Taurus, you start questioning yourself. Was this the best decision you could have made given the circumstances? A lot of you are still stuck in this miserable little funk, you know, where you, yeah, I'm in a relationship, that's that shit back there, but the shit that fell over is actually better than the shit that's standing up right now. And that's how some of you were feeling, and some of you still are feeling that way. With your current energy with the Seven of Cups on the partnerships and alliances, Taurus is doing what Taurus does when it gets emotional, overwhelmed with some bullshit. You start looking at your fucking options, and that's exactly what a lot of you are doing. And that partnership and alliances is a 3 card. Hello. Y'all heard me. And, you know, when it comes to cheating and shit, and that's probably just because of my background, I understand why people cheat. I understand why people, it doesn't make it right. No, it doesn't. But when you understand the psychology and what's going on with the person that's doing a lot of stuff on the outside, it makes sense. You know, if you stop and just take the emotion out of it and look at how people are reacting or how they're triggered or how they respond to things, you can begin to understand. And Taurus is no exception and not exempt from bullshit. Just put that shit out there, no pun intended. When we get overwhelmed in our relationships and we can't seem to work the current thing out and bring that harmony in line with our relationship, we start looking at fucking options. I'm putting the truth out there. And a lot of Tauruses, you burn advertising, but you definitely have started putting your feelers out there. For others of you, you've got people coming at you because they, for whatever reason, have some knowledge of what's going on with you and your partner. They know you're not happy. For some of you, some of these options may be exes, because there's a lot of ex energy. I can just feel past energy. So for a lot of you, it may be exes coming back going, what the hell are you doing, baby? Why are you messing with this fool? Blah, 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 blah. The kinds of conversations that's right on top of your partnerships and alliances. That's your current energy, your centerpiece, your challenge, your goal, on top of the rest and rejuvenate, is not about rest and rejuvenate. You don't have time to rest and rejuvenate, and this is your challenge right here. A lot of you are tired. You don't want to do this anymore. You want to go somewhere, take a trip, see something different, get out of this energy, even if it's just temporarily. However, some of you, this is about finances. Yeah, I know it's water, blah, blah, blah. Those are cups, yeah. But you're trying to get off this emotional rocky shit and get onto some firm earth. Because it's making a lot of Tauruses just batshit crazy. You understand what the fuck's going on. Your challenge is to know when you need to sit it down and take a break. Because you can burn yourself out trying to worry and agonize over a problem, particularly a relationship problem. Your challenge is to balance this. Still keep moving ahead with what you're trying to do, Taurus. For some of you, this is termination energy on the other end of this. You may need to just come out of this completely and quit trying to fight what's not working for you. It feels like a lot of you are mad, you are angry, you're frustrated, you're upset, you're sick of this shit, but you're still there. And that's the loyalty card for Taurus. We deal with a lot of bullshit because we are so loyal. However, if you feel like you're running to the end of your rope, Taurus, and this is not going to be anything productive or beneficial for you in the long term, just because it's a relationship, if it's not working, let it go. Once again, your challenge is going to be knowing when to move and when to sit it down. Timing. All about the timing. And when to pick your battles. Okay, the universe is throwing that back in my face. When to pick your battles. Some of you are just fighting now because you're just mad about other shit. And so now everything is a fucking do-why-did-it. Here's a queen. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? I don't understand. Blah, blah. Just becoming mean and nasty. And that in itself can take a toll on you, Taurus, because you're busy trying to put the framework back in where people have been so busy trying to trample over your damn roses in your garden. Hello, just putting it out there. it's exhausting when you feel like you fighting a battle on 12 different fronts and you're not getting no help, and your partner is just, you know, adding fuel to a fire, basically. No pun intended, Leo. It is what it is. At the end of the current energy with the 9 of coins on top of the truth is, pow, you're trying to do this. And it's not, it's like a wall right there. You can't get this going. And you're trying to get all these little things nurtured and watered. And every time you go to pick up your little canister to start watering something or feeding something, here comes some more bullshit. That's the truth. I'm just telling you. That's the truth. And that this card is here, it's telling me that's the truth you really need to get with, Taurus. You're trying to create this higher standard and you're not getting any help. You see the little man in the background? You see dude right there? They're flying. Yeah, okay. Let's just say that's your Leo. Watching you do all this stuff while, you know, they got all this other stuff drumming around in the background. And in a minute, because this is coins, this is us. We're going to stop this. Taurus is going to stop this real quick. I got a sense that all of this nurturing and love and shit is going to come to an abrupt halt. And all things is getting ready to get shut down. We get to the future energy with the 6 of Wands on top of the power. And let me stop there and let me go back to these 7s, because these 7s are still yelling at me for some strange reason. When I looked this up, 7 is about introspection and perception. Yeah. And analysis. I put that there too, because it says this. And I'm looking for those of you, and I'm not interested in promoting anything one way or the other, but if you're interested in knowing what I'm looking at numerology.com. They seem to have the most consistent information on numerology in my head. At any rate, 7 of Wands, introspection and looking at yourself. Energy is here, and it's telling me that a lot of you Taurus are and have been trying to look at this from another angle. You've been trying to understand your partner's side of this. You've been trying to follow your intuition. It's a good thing. Following your intuition is never a bad thing. And you can't seem to rattle this one out. This is like a fucking word problem that you can't get right. You miss a comma, you miss the wrong at sign or the sign or whatever, and it's not coming together for you, and it's causing a lot of problems for Taurus emotionally, because they're not used to all this instability. When we get to your future energy with the 6 of Wands on top of the power, if this were reversed, that's the energy that's coming back. It's almost like your higher purpose and higher goals have just been put on hold, and it's like your growth has just been stunted. Somebody's just went boom and put the lid on it and hammered it down, and you can't get out. And so Taurus is feeling like they don't have any control or power over the situation, because you see that line right there. No control or power over the situation whatsoever, because higher goals, trying to achieve anything, it's just that brick wall. A little further into future energy with the Star card on top of the spiritual union. Taurus, in this instance, this is another reversal, and this is a major. It's just like, again, it's the same energy. It's like your wish is just this little bit of stuff. And however this is resonating, I'm sure this is not going to resonate with everybody, but how can I put this? It's like you live in a beautiful house in a beautiful city, and you have all this beautiful stuff, but it's like every other room is not painted. or every other room doesn't have carpet. And so it's just concrete floor. This is exactly how this feels. And you're in this house, this beautiful house, in this beautiful place, but you walk into some of the rooms, it's like, what the fuck? How can you build a house and not finish 3 of the 4 bedrooms? I don't understand. That's what you're working with here, Taurus. That's what this feels like. It feels like a lot of the structure of the relationship is good, but then you got just shit. There's just various rooms within the house that are just like, oh, hell no. You got to be joking me. And let me say it, because I don't always remember to say it. This energy can be reversed, Taurus. This could be you clowning and Leo struggling. But that doesn't feel like the Taurus in this reading is the primary. So this definitely, to me, feels like all Taurus. And the energy and what I'm hearing and seeing is Taurus. But for a few of you, it may be Leo that's like, I can't stand this no more, I'm tired, whatever. That's not the overwhelming feeling, though. This is really Taurus just struggling to stay in, hold on to the relationship, because Taurus is fully aware of the harmony and the chemistry and the love that's there, but it's just this bullshit. It's like every 2 or 3 rooms you walk past, there's one that's just fucked up. Concrete floor, no carpet, no paint on the wall. The fuck? They got $1 million house and you got rooms in it that ain't finished yet. I don't understand. And that's how this feels, and that's how Taurus feels. That there's a lot good, but there's a lot that just, it's almost at deal breaker point. And again, hopes, wishes, and dreams, just it ain't happening here for some reason. It's a damn block. Even though, once again, you feel that spiritual union. Coming back to these 7s, the 7 of Wands and 7 of Cups. Quit analyzing, Taurus. Just stop. Quit trying to figure this shit out. And go with your intuition, because you've gotten to a point now where you've done more analyzing than you've actually done action. And it's not helping the situation. Future. That damn knowledge about these 7s. All that analyzing and shit that you've done, you need to go ahead and take that wisdom, let some shit go, and move forward. And this is a 10 of Swords. So this is about new shit. Yeah, I know it's the words, I hear you. But this is about new shit. The end of old and the beginning of new. That it's here at the end of the reading is no mistake. Just, I don't even want to do these. See what the ultimate outcome of this is, Taurus, with your Leo. Pull a couple of vice versa cards and see what else we can dig up. Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth energy here too. If I'm just looking at the cards and looking at which way they're facing, you got somebody this way and that way and that way and this way and that way. And it has just made it, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 cup cards on the board. And we're talking about an earth sign and a fire sign. So it's telling me there's a lot of emotional shit going on. And Taurus, it feels like it's just catching the brunt of this, because Leo, fire sign, you know, it's going to burn bright, hot, and quick. And that's what's happening, you know, and it's working Taurus over. Limited vision, which is the 5 of Cups. Here we go again. And the 3 of Cups, talking about getting a better offer. Taurus, you got a better offer coming. That's future. Right here, this relationship has a limited vision. Look at that. And if you look at the back of it, It's about averting. This side though, this is what came up. It's limited vision. So it's like, I want to say your Leo can only see like this much. Taurus can see the potential of all of it, but for some reason Leo is just fixated on little bits and pieces, and it's those bits and pieces that they're fixated on that's causing the problem for Taurus. That's the best way that I know how to put that. I don't feel like this is going to be one of these things that ends snap, crackle, and pop. I think the lines are being cut, if I can say it like that. I think the lines are being cut. I think you, Taurus, are slowly but surely backing your ass and trying to look at this. Stop analyzing. Start using your intuition, whatever your gut is telling you. If your gut is telling you this is a done deal, then cut your losses, let it go. Remember, you're trying to rise above, so you're challenged. The rest are rejuvenate and trying to get out of this shit, moving off the rocky. It's not oh hell, what card is that? Brain fart. I think it's the 8 of Cups, if I'm not mistaken. Out of the choppy into the calmer waters. This ain't that, but it's the same energy. You're trying to get onto some firm footing, and this is really about your emotions. But knowing when to give it a rest. And I think, Taurus, for you, you probably just need to shut it down for a minute before you make any kind of decision, and give your brain a rest, because you've been trying to analyze this shit again. You've been trying to figure out how you got $1 million house with like 3 or 4 rooms in it that are completely undone. And this is not making any sense, Taurus, and I get it. Oracle cards, the Spirit Whisperer, the High Lady of Love and Compassion, the Camel Boy, I ain't even seen that, and the Ringmaster of Scrooge, oh Lord, and the cards here I ain't seen yet. So Taurus, the Spirit Whisperer, Divine Guidance, and Higher Knowing. I'm going with both of them, because at the end, Divine Guidance and Higher Knowing is really about your intuition. And I mean, just look at the damn card, all that ethereal, ooey gooey shit. Your intuition. And I think it's both of these. I think you're going to need to use your intuition to figure your way out of this or into a better part of this. I don't feel like the rooms that are in this house that are unfinished cannot be completed. I don't feel that way. It's not the kind of energy that's coming back. But there's a lot of shit that you're going to have to go through to get to a point where you can get to those rooms, because it feels like your Leo is just falling into this drama on the outside with all these other extra people, and leaving you in a place, Taurus, where you feel like you have to defend your actions. So follow your intuition. The same thing I've been saying. Use that divine guidance and higher knowing to help you get to a place of either deciding you want to leave the relationship or deciding that you want to stay in it and work on it. The High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, and consideration. Consideration is my word off of this one. I'm sorry, Taurus. My phone doing as usual. Anyway, consideration. Be considerate, Taurus. I know it's difficult under the circumstances, but be considerate. I know you're angry and you're ready to run through the china shop, but be considerate. It's usually times like this that karma will usually kick in. So if you're being inconsiderate, and you know how this is resonating. I don't even want to get into the millions of ways you can be inconsiderate. You know what it means. If you're being inconsiderate, Taurus, it might be time to just start considering everybody's feelings in this and making a decision that's good for you. That's the only way I can put that energy right there. If you're being inconsiderate because this situation is making you miserable, this is the High Lady of Love and Compassion, work with me now. If you're being mean and angry and upset and shit because of this shit that's going on, maybe it's time to take a step back The camel boy, small steps and asking for help. We're going with both of those. You need to start taking small steps, Taurus. If you're trying to get out of this and stay into it, you need to start making small steps in whatever direction you're trying to go. It feels like a lot of you are in this with the Leo, and the energy again is stuck. Like you can't, your hopes, wishes, and dreams, it ain't going nowhere. It's just like, hey, we see you, but we're not going anywhere. You can't move, and you can't have us either because there's energy that's blocking this. That's what this feels like. So small steps and asking for help, even if that means calling on your angel guides to help you, whoever it is that you know can get you in a place so you can start moving forward towards. Do not be afraid to ask for help, whoever it is. I'm just saying. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I don't know how many times I would say that because it seems like some of y'all are just like, I don't want to ask nobody. Ask for help. If you need help, if it's a mentor or someone older that can kind of help guide you through this, ask for help. If you need to go talk to your priest, your preacher, whoever, ask for help. Because a lot of times people on the outside can see things that you can't see because you're standing right in it and you're right in the energy, and you can only deal with what you're feeling at that point and may not be looking at the bigger picture. So if you need to ask for help, ask for help. The ringmaster of scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, and details. Discernment, that thing that helps tell you what's good and what's not good. Discernment. Some of you need to work on that. You need to work on your judgment. It feels like some of you got into this, and again, I think I said it when I was dealing with your recent past, you were already stressed out from other shit. Probably couldn't see some of the bullshit being thrown up on the wall at that point because you were still in the midst, in the energy. Even if you weren't dealing with an ex at that point, you were still dealing with a lot of ex shit. That said, discernment, knowing when to do what, how to do what. The when is the bigger thing. I'm telling you to stop analyzing and go ask for help. The other thing on here, clear vision. Some of you, once you get that discernment, may need to get a clearer vision of what you actually want. Because again, you got the harmony card up here. There's a lot of shit in this relationship that's working, but there's a lot of shit that's not. So maybe, Taurus, having a clearer vision of what you want, what you expect out of the relationship. Dare I say, clearer vision, and this popped up, limited vision? Maybe. And it's that discernment. It's knowing. You know, maybe this person is not ready for where I'm trying to go. That kind of shit. Taurus, I love you. I'm going to leave this reading there. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Take your time. Don't rush through this, Taurus. Don't overthink anything. If I had to pull a card, it would be the laugh card. Go do something. Get out of this energy for a hot second. Divert your attention off of what's going on so you can come back to it with a clearer mind and not so irritated and agitated, because I feel that strong. Take your time, Taurus. Move through this. Make the decisions that you need to make. Try to distance yourself from some of the emotional bullshit. And hopefully you will come out of this okay. I love you guys. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.